Hola, clase. Let's get right to it. You should have three important papers right away. One is the preterite chart. I asked you to kind of color it in pink or purple, something that starts with P for preterite, P for purple, or P for pink, and have that all filled out with information. You want to make sure that you're filling in the endings, that it means ED, completed actions in the past, the four variation in very much detail, the completely irregulars, and ir and ser. You're also going to fill out the similar paper to that, the imperfect, and that is going to be additionally something I want you to fill out. Make sure you know that there are three irregulars for the imperfect: ir, ser, and ver. It means used to, was, or were, and it's for ongoing actions in the past, actions that you're not sure how often they happened. Also for background information of a story, someone's age, or basic character traits or descriptions of them. And the other page you should have is the clue words. This side is preterite. This side is imperfect. Something that happened one time, for the first time, yesterday, last night. Those are all preterite clue words. And the imperfect clue words are often, every Sunday, every weekend, generally, rarely, that sort of thing. I want you to start memorizing these vocabulary words so that when you spot them in a sentence, you'll be able to recognize them, and then be able to use the preterite and imperfect sheets. Mine are already in pink and blue, but you can highlight them any color you want. And you're going to be using those to complete activities and sentences with fill-ins. So your first activity is going to be filling in those charts, making sure they're filled in detail. Okay. After you're finished that, you can click pause now and then press play when you want to know the rest of your activities for the week. Pause. Okay, if you're continuing, one of the other sheets of paper you have in there is a quiz for yourself. Do you know what these words mean without looking at the chart of clue words? Palabras, claves. And the little line is for P's and I's. Okay, quiz yourself now. See if you know them without looking, and then look up any other words you didn't know. And then pause and come back when you want your third activity for the week. Pause. Okay, you are back. The other important packet of paper is preterite versus imperfect. Preterite actions, it says it was past and done and finished. It's a simple or isolated action. Yo estudié español en la universidad. I studied Spanish. It's now done. I'm not studying Spanish anymore there. 2, actions that occurred during a specific time. Yesterday, I watched TV for 2 hours. For that 2-hour block of time, it's one thing and it's over. Ayer yo miré la tele. And then main actions like the plot. She fell, she tripped, she went to the hospital, the doctor prescribed. Él corrió por el campo. The accent should be on the O in that sentence on the bottom of the left-hand bottom. And then imperfect, habitual actions. The sentence says, cuando era estudiante, during the time that I was a student. It's over a period of time. We're not sure exactly how long. And then it says, yo estudiaba español. I studied Spanish, but there's also cada lunes, each Monday. And so that's something that happened quite often. Actions that go on for an indefinite amount of time. Ayer yo miraba la tele. I watched television over a period of time. The ayer there is a little tricky, though. It usually is a preterite clue word. And then background information, time, date, weather, physical appearance. Think about the story of Little Red Riding Hood. There once was a girl. She used to wear a red cape all the time. She always used to go to her grandmother's house. She enjoyed this. She liked that. She had blonde hair. She had all that stuff is going to be imperfect until one day a wolf met her in the forest, and he scared her, and he ate the grandmother or whatever. Those are all going to be preterite actions, okay? What I'd like you to do there on the second page when you open it up, on the back of the front page is more of the same clue words. I'd like you to attempt page 3. It's labeled in the top right-hand corner. Each sentence, remember Cus Rules or you will not get credit. You can keep this in your notebook. I'd like you to make sure you do Cus Rules, which are Underline any clue words that you find. 2, conjugate the verb accordingly, but make sure you write a P or an I either in front of the number or underneath the blank, whichever makes sense to you. So you underline the clue word, then you write P or I, and then conjugate the verb using the sheets you have, the clue word sheet, the P preterite chart, and the imperfect chart. So on page 3, I'll do the first one with you. You can pause and try number 1. I used to eat spaghetti every Sunday, or I ate spaghetti every Sunday. Don't worry so much about how it sounds in English. See if you can find the clue word, underline it, write P or I, and then conjugate the verb. Pause. Okay, you're back. And so number 1, since I see todos los domingos, I'm going to underline it. That's my clue word. Every Sunday is a clue word for the imperfect. And so number 1 is going to have an I next to it. And I'm going to conjugate the verb in the imperfect for the yo form. I have an ER verb. Look in your chart. ER verb in the yo form imperfect, comía. C-O-M-I accent A. Yo comía espaguetis todos los domingos. All right, I'd like you to finish that page number 10. And that's what I'd like you to do this week. So you're doing preterite chart, imperfect chart, in entirety. Make sure they're labeled with pink on them. The clue word chart, I want you to look at that and study those 2 lists of words and make sure you know them. Take the practice quiz saying if they're P or I, and studying those words so you can recognize them in sentences. And then page 3 of this packet, making sure you follow Cus's rules, which are write a P or I, underline your clue word, and conjugate accordingly. Most importantly, guys, keep up with your work in all your subjects. I realize I'm only one of all of your subjects, so I'm not overwhelming you, but I'm keeping going with new material. And I miss you guys a lot. I really, really do. So any questions, reach out to me and remind, okay? And take care. Ciao, ciao.